What's going on, Midi Roaders? If this is not your first time tuning into the channel, welcome back. If this is your first time, welcome to the channel. As you could already tell behind me, I'm going to be reviewing this 488 Spider, and it's all thanks to the Collection Florida and of course Ferrari of Miami for letting me borrow this car and do a review for you guys. So please make sure to check them out. All the information is going to be in the description below, and yeah, just check them out, guys. But let's get started with today's review. All right, guys, so right in front of me I have this beautiful 488 Spider, and as you can tell, I already have the top down because it is a beautiful day out here in South Florida, and of course, what other way to go around but with the top off? So very nice. But anyways, we'll get to that later. Let's talk about the front of this car, which probably has to be one of my favorite looking cars in the front, just because it looks so aggressive. And of course, you could already tell by the headlights that it does come from the 458 Italia. But look how long the headlights are, and I always like this design of, especially that they have this nice curve, which makes it look like the car is pissed off coming down the street, especially like if it's behind you or whatever. It looks so aggressive, and I love that actually. My next favorite part about this car is actually it has to be the hood, just because you can see these two lines right here, and just the way the flow of the hood, it looks so nice. It just goes over the fenders on either side, and I absolutely love it. But of course, those lines on the hood are for a purpose, and the purpose is being that if you take a look at the front bumper here, you see that it does have some air vents that go up, and it does channel air through those air ducts that it has on the bumper inside. So let me show you real quick. So you can see it has some mesh here, and right there the air just flows from the front of the bumper out to the top of the bumper and through the top of the hood for more aerodynamics. And of course, you could tell that it just follows the car over the right or the left fender, and then channels the air toward the back, toward that intake back there, which is super nice. But guys, I mean, I can't stress this enough, this beautiful color. And if you're wondering what color this is a Rosso Fiorano. I think it's a beautiful color. I don't think the camera is going to do it justice, because you see this thing on the street and it looks fantastic in my opinion. It's dark, but it has so much like flake. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. I absolutely love how this color looks on this car specifically, and of course with the top down, which we'll get to later. But I just absolutely love this car.
It is the real deal, bro.
Yeah. Of course, it's nice Ghibli. All right, guys, so right here I am in the driver's side front of this 488 Spider, and of course I want to talk about the wheels. So I feel like these wheels are okay. In my opinion, they're not the nicest design. Of course, this color could have been black and it would have matched better with this car, but that's all customizable at the end of the day by yourself. Or, you know, if you want to get aftermarket wheels or paint these wheels black, that's up to you. But that's just my personal preference. But anyways, talking about the rotors and the brakes, these are carbon ceramic brakes, and the rotors in the front are actually 15.7 inches. In the rear, they're actually 14.2. But you know, that's just obviously a carbon ceramic brake, so it's gonna stop on a dime. So that's really nice itself. That's a nice thing to have. The front wheels are actually 245/35, or the tires in the front are 245/35 ZR20s, and in the rear they're 305/30s ZR20s. So it does fit. They are mounted on an 11-inch wide wheel, so that's enough to put the power down, and of course do 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, which is actually pretty damn fast, especially with the top down. All right, guys, so let's talk about the side profile of this car real quick before I move on to the rest of the car. And just looking back and stepping a few feet back, actually, you could actually tell that it's such a nice profile, even with the top off. And when you put the top on, what's cool about it is that you can't even tell it's a Spider until you really look at it. But I really like that. Moving to the side here of the door, you can see that it does have some nice dents here on the door, and that's designed so that way the flow of the airflow goes to the side door and it goes into that vent back there to feed the twin turbo V8 that's back there. And if you go here and look at the door handle, it's actually designed that way. Ferrari designed it that way, so you could also feed air into that vent, which is pretty cool. And of course, feed that engine, which the engine does have 660 horsepower and 560 pound-feet of torque. And once again, it is a twin turbo V8, and it actually sounds amazing. So I'm gonna put a clip in right here of how the car sounds, so you guys can just listen to crackles and pops and the deep sound of this beautiful V8. Alright guys, so what do you guys think about that sound? I think it actually sounds amazing. But anyways, let's continue to the rest of the car. So I want to point out this vent right here. So this vent goes through here and just travels under the fender, and it comes out right next to the tail light, so you can tell right here. So it vents all that hot air, and of course there's more vents here on the top, right next to the engine bay, which you know, you'll be able to see the engine through there if you pop it open. And just moving on to the rear here, you can see how big and wide the rear of this car is, especially that diffuser. It looks so sick. All those fins just look amazing, and of course you can see a dual tip exhaust there, which you are able to see in the video before. I actually love how this car looks in the rear. I don't know, it might be I don't know if I like this one better than that one, but anyways, this car actually it's just beautiful, especially with this Rosso Fiorano. I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know, drop a comment down below, and give me your feedback. I want to know what you guys think. But anyways, let's go to the interior of this car and talk about what features it has inside, and just go around and I'll tell you what I like and what I don't like. So I'll see you there. Alright guys, so now that we're in the interior of this beautiful 488 Spider. Of course the roof is still off and the weather is beautiful in Miami, but anyways, let's get started with this. The first thing I want to talk about are these seats. They are very comfortable in my opinion. They feel very nice. They don't hug you so much, and of course you can get different seats, but these specifically don't hug you so much. So I find them very comfortable, and you could actually drive this car for a long distance without feeling any pain whatsoever. So it is nice. I like the color. Like that is red with red stitching with black leather. I think it's a nice contrast, especially with the exterior of this car that it's red. But yeah, it's very nice. And of course, just continuing the theme throughout the entire car: black leather, red stitching on the dash, on the doors as well. And I think it looks very nice. Now on the doors, let's talk about the sound system. The sound system is JBL audio, and it does sound very nice. But you know what? My opinion, I would rather listen to exhaust and listen to this car when you drive it around. I mean, it sounds so nice. But yeah, this is a nice audio system. And here on the driver's side door, toward the left-hand side, like on your left leg, you do have a button to pop the front open. So that's pretty cool. And then of course, a button to pop the gas cap open. So that's nice. Continuing with here, the driver's, I guess, driver's view. Let's talk about the steering wheel. So the steering wheel, I don't like the color at all. I mean, it kind of matches with the rest of the car, but this red, I wish it would have just been replaced by maybe a black or Alcantara sauce, because this color is kind of ugly in my opinion. But what's cool about the steering wheel is that, if you lay your hand on like this, your thumb is actually always over the horn, so that's pretty cool on either side. So that's pretty nice. And then here you have the controls to put on race, sport, wet, and all that good stuff. And of course the start stop button is right here on the steering wheel as well, so that's actually super cool. So now something else that I like about Ferrari is that on the left hand side you actually see that you have some controls here to control the left hand side screen, and then on the right hand side you have some more controls to control the right hand side screen. So it's actually super cool and actually very super user friendly. The buttons feel actually very nice on both sides, and then here as well, down where you choose or you control the AC, I feel like they look and feel very nice, but in my opinion they could have done a better job at how this looks. I think they could have just gone digital and it would have looked a little bit nicer in my opinion, but once again, not a big deal. Moving to the center here, you do see that there are two cup holders right here in the center. The cup holders are actually very small, so you can't even, you could barely fit like a big cup here. You might have to maybe put like a little tiny bottle there. So whatever, not that big, especially because it hits the top here or under where the buttons are for the AC. So yeah, kind of don't like that there's not that much space. Now the center here, you have this center pillar here, which is typical in all Ferraris. That color that it has, again, not my favorite. I wish I would have done like a gloss black, but you know, whatever, it's all customizable. And then you have here where you can put actually your cell phone under that pillar, and yeah, just lay it there. Now continue to the back of the pillar, you do see that you have the window controls, so that's pretty cool. And then behind that, you actually have the window behind the driver and the passenger, so that way when you know you have the top up, you could just put that window down so you could hear the exhaust, or you could also put the full top off, or you could take the top off actually, and you know, that little window does go down as well. That's pretty cool. And then here behind that, you have another little storage area with a USB port, so that's cool. So you have, yeah, I don't know if my iPhone 11 Pro Plus will fit, but you know, it is actually pretty nice. So you can fit, you know, you can fit it sideways, not a big deal. And then you have a very small cubby that you could maybe fit, I mean, I don't know, credit cards or cash. I have no idea. I have no idea. Moving behind the driver's seat and the passenger seat, there are two nets, so you could put something there, so you know it doesn't fall around, because there's not that much storage space. I mean, there's 8.1 cubic feet of storage space, which I'll get to in a little bit. But yeah, obviously not enough storage space in this car. But all in all, guys, I absolutely love this car. I love how it drives, and I especially love how it sounds. But before then, let's go and see the storage space on this car, and you know, let's check that out. All right, guys, so right here I have the key for this 488 Spider, and it does feel very nice. And right here it has a button to pop the front open, which I just did. And you go in here and you have a little lever to pop and bring this thing up. And of course, you could already see that there is quite a bit of storage. And you know, you have your charger, you have the cover, and then you have, I mean, that box was there. But it's actually quite a bit of storage in there, actually. So for being 8.1 cubic feet of storage is actually not that bad, in my opinion. But you could definitely go grocery shopping in this, and you know, maybe go and put full groceries there. I don't know how much you could actually fit. I've never tried it, but actually not that bad. All right, guys, so I think I've talked about this car, and I've gone over all the little things that this car does have. So hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to subscribe. I'm trying to reach that 500 subscriber goal by June of 2020, so let me reach it. I'm like halfway there. So thank you guys to those that have subscribed. But anyways, huge thank you to the Collection Florida and Ferrari Miami once again for letting me come and review this beautiful 488 Spider. Anyways, guys, I think that's all for me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.